If someone has only 30 days to prepare for MNC's interview, how should they structure it?
Again, there are doers and there are dreamers.
कहाँ से वो प्रोजेक्ट आइडियाज एक स्टूडेंट ला सकता है?
I don't think that the freshers are even aware about. I have appeared in 49 interviews within a time span of 1.5 months. He actually wanted to invest in my project. He offered a 5 crore deal. Eventually, आप impulsive decision नहीं ले सकते life में.
हेलो गाइस, आज के इस एपिसोड में हम एक ऐसी गेस्ट के साथ हैं हु हैज़ वर्कड फॉर 9+ years विद Amazon and still continuing as a manager in program management. Starting from program specialist to taking various roles like admin, operations, she has transitioned through different phases in her life. Her journey has been of no shortcuts, rather, consistency, hard work, and learning through each phase of her life. So if you are also somebody who is confused about your career today, then ये conversation आज आपके लिए ही है. Welcome to Inside Conversation by Mexybo. यहाँ सिर्फ सजेशंस नहीं, रेदर आप उन लोगों की जर्नी से कनेक्ट कर पाते हैं जिन्होंने अपनी लाइफ, अपने करियर, अपने रास्ते खुद बनाए हैं, जिन सभी के बारे में आप सब ड्रीम करते हैं. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज शी इज़ नॉट ओनली अ गेस्ट टुडे, शी इज़ ऑल्सो अ मैक्सिबो मेंटर who guides young professionals for navigating through their life and career decisions differently.
Thank you, Ankit, for the amazing intro. Happy to share all the insights to the best I can.
So, is a master's degree really necessary to land a manager role at MNCs like Amazon?
I would say no. But you have to be consistent in your performance. And yes, you have to gain loyalty in the same position or maybe in the same team or keep applying to multiple managerial roles and also work towards it, enhance your skill sets, prepare for interviews, internal movements as well. Once you have joined any company, it's not only about MNCs, but just think about any company you have joined as at any level, at any position, and if you want to grow as a manager, you have to work upon a few people management skills. That's all is required. Good answer.
Nice. That's really helpful to understand because many people, about this master's degree, when people are coming out of their graduation, they're confused about the same because they have an aspiration to land a great job at being a manager role there. But sometimes people feel stuck about, okay, should I do MBA or not? Should I do master's degree or not? So yeah, that's really nice, and you have put it really nicely.
I would want to add, so master's degree is always a plus, I would say. Okay, but if you want to start your career early and you want to join a company just after your graduation, I would say that go for it, and then that's the path which I was talking about.
Can you briefly walk us through your journey starting from MBA to spending 9 years at Amazon?
Of course. Career journey has been very organic. Okay. Um, I have completed my MBA from a very basic college, but in a tier one city, of course. So I thought, coming from a very small city called Bhilai, Chhattisgarh, I had no navigation and no support at that point of time where people could, help us understand where to, like which college to join and how would that college help you in your early career. After completing my MBA, not completing also, I was in fourth semester of my course, and I had to land at any job before I could complete it, or I was supposed to get an internship, right? So I have appeared in 49 interviews within a time span of 1.5 months, and did not land at any job. Then I have gone back and worked on myself, my interview skills, my communication skills, and I have read the market. I tried understanding what do they want. Even after being a MBA fresher, you understand that you're not getting a job, right? So did that, and eventually Amazon called. I appeared for the interviews and then got the job. But again, as I joined, I got to know that it was a very operational, like entry level job. But one thing I knew that if you're good at your job, you'll go to places, right? So I just focused on learning my role deeply. That helped me grow. Most of the times, I have been in the rooms where I was not the smartest person, and I've always had these questions. Okay, okay, am I adding value to this room? Am I adding value to this meeting or what? Right? I was always surrounded by these people who had better communication skills, who were well polished, and who had better technical skills than me. But the only thing which I figured out is that I have to be consistent. I used to take ownership early in my career, and whenever I felt that there is an ambiguity or I'm facing challenges, I I volunteered for them instead of avoiding it. So, over time, it compounds. People start trusting you with bigger problems, and that's how actually my career has evolved.
That's really an interesting journey, Ashna, and I really appreciate the way you have put it, because when you were starting, for sure, this was not easy to think or dream or plan it out like, okay, what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
But when you start walking, then you actually get to know that, okay, what is getting unwrapped, and how you are taking those steps.
yeah,
But yeah, really appreciable journey, and this is what we wanted to talk about, that okay, how, because the way you say, like, you're coming from a tier 3 kind of a town named
yeah.
as Bhilai, Chhattisgarh, because of course it's a place where so many people dream of landing to a great sort of place in great MNCs, but you have actually made it through, maybe ups and downs, but I think
Many.
crazy. Yeah, this is really great.
Yeah.
So, and this is what we wanted to talk about. Thank you for walking us through your journey, in a simpler way. However, it sounded simpler, though it was not. But yeah, I mean, this is great. अर्ली कैरियर में कब ऐसा फील हुआ that I don't know if I can do this? The kind of what were those self doubt kind of moments for you?
Every day, you can say. And it still continues. अभी भी होता है ये. When I be in some rooms where there are leadership involved, right? I sit there and I keep thinking कि मैं यहाँ पे, like, do I belong here or not, right? And but yes, while working with these professionals, I have learned one very important thing is that कोई कुछ सीख के नहीं आया है हर हर जगह से. मतलब कहीं से कोई कुछ सीख के नहीं आया है, right? Everyone is figuring it out during work, right?
Absolutely.
Then I've shifted my mindset from am I good enough to can I learn this? That was a big change. जब आप बोलते हो कि मैं ये कर पाऊँगा या नहीं, फ्रॉम मैं अभी ये सीख के करूँगा, वो बहुत बहुत डिफरेंस लाता है.
That's true. Am I good enough, or can I learn this?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, there are two very different angles when people can think about it. But जो लोग ये डिफरेंस समझते हैं, एंड जिन्होंने इस डिफरेंस को ज़ीरो करने के लिए अपने पूरे एफर्ट्स दिए हों, आई थिंक दे हैव नेवर टर्न बैक फ्रॉम द सिचुएशन. सो या, आई कैन रिलेट इट विथ, या,
Yeah.
दैट्स रियली नाइस. जब AI टूल्स आए, तब with this evolving AI layoff kind of a virality these days, do you feel that, oh wait, this can eat up my job? Or did you feel any time that even I can add better value to work with these?
I used to hear about it everywhere. It was everywhere in the news, right? एंड जब आप एक चेंज के बारे में आप जब बहुत कुछ सुनते हो, तो आपको पहले क्या लगता है कि पहले आपको डर ही लगता है ना. सो आई नेवर फेल्ट दैट इट कैन टेक अवे माई जॉब, ऑफ कोर्स, बट आई ऑलवेज थॉट दैट आई हैव टू बी बेटर एट अ न्यू स्किल. अब ये नया स्किल मैं सीख पाऊँगी या नहीं, वो मुझे फिगर आउट करना था. सो आई डिड दैट.
Let's say कोई tier 2-3 college से है, and if they have to land a job at companies like Amazon or other MNCs, what will be the most important priority for them? What should be the most important priority for them? Skills, projects, or internships?
Actually, good sequence you have put in your question itself. They have to work on their skills first, then projects, and then internships. Basically, if we talk about skills, If they are from a tech background, technical skills चाहिए, Python, SQL, software development, etc. If they are not from a tech background, they have to enhance their professional skills. They have to work more on their critical thinking, decision making, data analysis, all these sort of technical, not technical, but professional skills. Then they have to focus on doing these projects and have hands-on experience on all this. Okay, um, they can do this as freelancers. They can do this under internships of any companies. After getting better on these skills, they should focus on getting hands-on experience on these projects. And while they were looking for opportunities कि ये projects कहाँ पे करने चाहिए, they can also find for this in under some internships of some companies.
When you talk about projects, which kind of project ideas do you feel, and most importantly, कहाँ से वो project ideas एक student ला सकता है अपने hiring journey को more impactful बनाने के लिए कि मैंने इस type के projects में काम किया? Because when we are hiring at different roles, we used to see recently that हर किसी के पास same sort of Netflix का clone project or Airbnb का clone project. So like people are doing these kind of basic projects which are available on the internet. They're cracking it with the help of AI quickly and landing it. But that's of no use, right? Because everybody is doing that. So how do you feel? How can somebody bring good topics for the projects that can create an impact and make them hired better or faster?
I feel that projects can never be measured as a small or a big thing, big project. Okay, um, but the ideas are supposed to be authentic, which you cannot figure out just by browsing it on the internet or anything. You just have to bring it out from your day-to-day journey. I can give you an example. I'm not from a tech background, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was pursuing my MBA, we had to do some projects, right? And I actually won that competition as well because I was trying to fix something. I was trying to at least find some answers to global warming.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
So, and I'll tell you what was the project first, and then I'll tell you how did I land on that idea. Okay. We were just given the details of that competition that
Okay.
hey, you have to present something in 5 days, and I was like, 5 days, seriously? 5 days mein kya project hota hai? So just when I came out of the building, college building, I was just standing in the road, in the middle of the road, and I was thinking what to do. And you won't believe, I was just looking at the road and I thought that why can't I make a road using plastic?
Oh my God, seriously.
Yeah. So within 5 days, I figured out all the chemical formulas
Uh-huh.
which could help you make a road using plastic and other chemicals so that it does not, like stick back when it's too extreme hot.
Yeah.
Right. And then I presented that. We made a project and then I won.
Yeah, it's really amazing idea. I mean, and rightly said that ideas have to be authentic.
Yeah.
That's the key here.
The college director was so fascinated that he actually wanted to invest in my project.
Oh, that's
He offered a 5 crore deal right then
oh,
and there.
amazing.
Yeah. He said, you start the work, I'll invest. I can write a check to you today.
So you could have made an exit with idea itself. I mean, why
Yeah.
didn't you do that?
I don't know. Again, there are doers
Uh-huh.
and there are dreamers.
Correct.
I feel that at that point of time, I was a dreamer, not a doer.
What roles at MNCs are the most realistic ones for professionals with 1 to 2 years in India to look for?
I think freshers only look forward to find specific job roles, but large organizations hire across many functions. There are opportunities in operations, analytics, program support, risk and investigation, business operations, content catalog, project coordination. Many things are there, which I don't think that the freshers are even aware about. They don't. So I would suggest that people who are looking forward for these kind of roles and they just have to move to different job roles, they should go to the career pages of these companies and look for risk and operations and project coordination, project management, program management sort of roles. That will be best fit for them.
Can you break down how interview process in larger MNCs work like?
I have been a part of interview panel in my company for quite some roles now. So and I know that this is how most of the companies hire, right? So I would say that I'll just jot down how it works. First thing is your resume should be ATS friendly in today's world, right? You cannot just send a poorly templated resume to a good company and expect them to call you back. Okay? Your resumes have to be ATS friendly. That comes under the shortlisting process, right? The HRs first do that, and
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
interesting.
Under the managerial rounds, the managers look for clarity of speech. How critical thinking do you have? How fast you can make decisions? How can you make a projectile of execution? Right. All these things are evaluated during a verbal managerial round, and then and it's not just one round. I think in all these type of companies there will be multiple managerial rounds or operational rounds.
In competitive MNC interviews, when there are many candidates who apply, there might be similar sort of answers, right? Which many people give. What can be the differentiator one should follow while answering interview questions?
It should be the authenticity of their work. बहुत सारे लोग सेम जवाब देते हैं कि मैंने इस कॉलेज से ये किया है, ये प्रोजेक्ट किया है, फिर मैंने इस कंपनी में इतने हायर किए हैं, लेट्स से इतने लोग हायर किए हैं, ये प्रोसेस ठीक किया है, सो मैनी थिंग्स, राइट? बट मैनेजर्स आर यूज टू लिसनिंग टू ऑल दिस ऑल द टाइम, राइट? बट आपकी जो स्टोरी होनी चाहिए ना, वो ऑथेंटिक होनी चाहिए. इट शुड मैच द डेटा विच यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, राइट? इट शुड मैच द टाइम लाइन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. अगर आपका डेटा और आपकी स्टोरी मैच नहीं कर रही है एंड यू आर नॉट साउंडिंग ऑथेंटिक, आप किसी की भी स्टोरी यूज़ कर सकते हो, राइट? आपके भाई ने कुछ किया होगा, आप वो स्टोरी यूज़ करके अपने मैनेजर को चिपका रहे हो सकते हो. बट दे आर सिटिंग देयर फॉर अ रीज़न. They evaluate that very well. So you have to be authentic. Your answers, your challenges, what you have faced, and how did you overcome it, must have in-depth answers, and that's when you get hired.
That's very valid with the again another authenticity sort
Yeah.
of flavor, because until you are authentic, you're confident, nobody cares about your skills. That's true.
Yeah.
If someone has only 30 days to prepare for MNC's interview, how should they structure it?
I'll divide this in 4 phases, okay? And 4 weeks, of course, because you've asked for 30 days. So, first week, you should learn about the role. Prepare what technical skills or what skills you need to learn for this job role. Just research. Don't go ahead and start working on it, right? Write down, make notes of how do you want to match your stories with द करंट जॉब रोल. सेकेंड वीक का फोकस आपका कि स्टोरीज आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस से मैच करने में और टेक्निकल स्किल्स प्रैक्टिस करने में जाना चाहिए. सो बेसिकली इफ़ यू आर प्लानिंग फॉर 7-8 hours ऑफ प्रैक्टिस टाइम, 2 घंटे उसमें से आइडेंटिफाई करो कि कौन से टेक्निकल स्किल्स, कौन से प्रॉब्लम्स आपके इस जॉब से रिलेटेबल हैं, and then practice them for those 7-8 hours. This is for your second week. Third week, you should start taking mock tests and preparing in front of mirror. It's always good to look at you and talk. It will help you professionally, right? You will look at yourself, you will know your expressions, you will know your answers are going right or not, right? That's for the third week. Fourth week, you should only work on your refinement. You should not try and prepare anything new in the fourth week because it's very last minute and you will mess it up.
That's a very good strategy that you have suggested, and I think in today's world, many people are looking for switching, or maybe they're starting their career. So this breakup will definitely help them out with this. What are those skills students can start preparing from, let's say, their college itself, when they are aiming to land jobs at companies like Nestle, EY, Amazon, like these kind of MNCs?
पहले तो मैं लिस्ट डाउन कर देती हूँ कि क्या क्या बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, 3-4 चीज़ें, and then we can talk about what else they can take up, right? Communication should be good. They must have analytical thinking. Writing practice should be there. It should not be like AI writing. Then adaptability and ownership. One must take ownership in their early career, because if you don't have much skills, it's okay. People don't judge you on that. But if you're not taking ownership of your work or anything new which you want to learn or which you want to do, then you're not doing your job right. Okay. टेक्निकल स्किल्स इतने इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. येस, ऑफ कोर्स, इफ़ यू आर एस डी, अगर सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर हो तब टेक्निकल स्किल्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. बट टेक्निकल स्किल्स के साथ आपको इंडिपेंडेंटली काम एग्जीक्यूट करना आना चाहिए. आपको डिसीजंस लेना आना चाहिए, quick decisions. It's not like you have to make decisions on behalf of your managers or leadership if that's required. But you should always be ready with the outcomes first. You should always be ready with the solutions. Then bring it to the managers, right? And if you don't have that thinking, if you are not a problem solver, then you're not different from others. Then you cannot make your own place anywhere.
A lot of young professionals these days struggle with anxiety, comparison, burnout kind of feelings. How do you personally handle overwhelming phases in your life?
Very difficult question to answer. Okay, but I know that हर किसी को ये फेस करना ही पड़ता है. बी इट आप स्कूल में हो, आप वर्क प्लेस पे हो, आप पर्सनल लाइफ में हो, ये आपको फेस करना ही होता है. एंग्जाइटी, कंपैरिजन और बर्नआउट आपके पर्सनल लाइफ में भी होती है, मे बी विथ योर पार्टनर, मे बी विथ योर पेरेंट्स, ठीक है, और वर्क लाइफ में भी होती है. आपने ये बचपन से देखा होता है, हर जगह देखा होता है. कंपैरिजन तो कहाँ से नहीं चालू होता है, राइट? कभी कभी दो बहनों में कंपैरिजन होता है, कभी कभी आप कितना कमाती हैं और आप कितना कमाते हैं में भी कंपैरिजन होता है. एंड देन इट कैरीज अराउंड इट्स एंजाइटी थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ, राइट? इट्स जस्ट दैट यू नीड टू नो यू आर इनफ, और आप नई चीज़ें हर दिन सीख के बेटर इंसान बन सकते हैं. बी इट एट वर्क, talk about your personal life, हर जगह you can be better, learn new things, and that's the only way you can overcome, not overcome, I would quote that, we can never overcome all these feelings. We can only handle and manage it at better level, right? And in a better way. So that's the only way I feel. Under pressure, I meditate. I also talk to Almighty. I have religious beliefs, but whoever doesn't, I would still suggest कि go meditate, be it in morning or whenever you're feeling anxious. अगर आप ऑफिस में हो, लग रहा है कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें ठीक नहीं हो रही हैं, ब्रेक लो, कॉफ़ी ब्रेक लो, जाओ एक जगह शांति से बैठो, पुट सम रेन साउंड, हर जगह अवेलेबल है वो, ओके, पुट सम रेन साउंड एंड गिव योर सेल्फ 10 मिनट्स. 10 मिनट में सब ठीक हो जाता है. कम बैक, figure out, make a plan, how do I want to overcome this, and then you start over, learn new things, you'll get better. That's how I deal with these things.
What does success look like to you now versus what it looked like in your mid 20s?
It was very different, and it was very external. You were looking at, not only me, I think everyone who's at that age looks at those external factors first, which can be the title of the job, that hey, I want to land at a managerial job right away. मेरी सैलरी अभी 2 लाख होनी चाहिए पर मंथ, राइट? और मुझे AC केबिन चाहिए. All these things people think when they are in 20s and they want to land a job at any company, right? But it has changed, gradually changed. But now, success to me includes many more things other than just work, like the peace of mind I want, right? The travel breaks I want to take, my health, my learning. How am I learning in my personal as well as professional path, right? Like what am I doing for my family, and how do I see myself performing professionally in the next 5 years with a peaceful mind and with a good work-life balance. That's success to me right now.
If you could design the next 3 years of your life around one priority, be it money, relationship, peace, learning, right? Health, anything. Which one would you pick and why?
इफ़ आई हैव टू पिक वन, मैं पीस सेलेक्ट करूँगी, बिकॉज बाकी सब करते हुए भी मैं पीसफुल रहना चाहती हूँ. ओके, इफ़ आई कैन पिक टू, मैं पीस को साइड में रख के हेल्थ और लर्निंग चूज़ करूँगी, बिकॉज इवेंचुअली ये दोनों चीज़ें मेरे लिए पीस लेके आएंगी.
How have your friendships been changed as your career grew? Do you also think ambition impacts relationships?
समटाइम्स
Mm-hmm.
डिपेंड्स ऑन द पीपल अराउंड यू. मैं सेम टीम में 9 साल से हूँ. मैंने बहुत लोगों को आते हुए जाते हुए देखा है, और दोस्ती भी हुई है, कंपटीशन भी हुआ है, बट देर इज़ अ थिंग कॉल्ड हेल्दी कंपटीशन, राइट, जहाँ पे आप फ्रेंड्स भी हो और आपको पता भी है कि अगर आप दोनों में से कोई एक सही नहीं कर रहा है काम, तो यू विल थ्रो देम अंडर द बस बिकॉज यू वांट द पर्सन टू लर्न. ठीक है, दैट इज हेल्दी कॉम्पिटिशन, एंड यू नो दैट यू आर इन अ प्लेस, तुम ऐसी जगह पे हो ही जहाँ पे तुम कॉम्पिटिशन में हो, सेम पोजिशन पे हो, तुम में से एक आगे जा सकता है, राइट. दोनों को एक साथ प्रमोशन नहीं मिल सकता. वन ऑफ यू विल बी परफॉर्मिंग, वन ऑफ यू विल नॉट बी परफॉर्मिंग. ये नहीं, मतलब ये हो ही नहीं सकता है कि दोनों को सेम ग्रोथ मिल जाए, या दो ही नहीं, 4 लोगों साथ में, चारों को सेम ग्रोथ मिल जाए एक टीम में, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है, राइट. बट वहाँ पे एक दूसरे के साथ अगर आप लिटरली ये सोच रहे हो कि आई एम अ गुड फ्रेंड, we are good work colleagues, you will understand what you have to do to be at that place, right? You cannot just crib about things.
Mm-hmm.
Learn and get better, right? मेरे साथ हुआ है जहाँ मुझे बहुत अच्छी दोस्त थी मेरी. ओके, बहुत बहुत अच्छी दोस्त थी. एंड दिस वाज इन वेरी अर्ली इन माय
Okay.
career. Okay. And in one of her studies, the data was pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Totally haywire. Okay.
Okay.
I tried fixing it, but it was also impacting my work. Okay. अगर मेरे पास थोड़ा फ्री बैंडविथ होता, सो वो मैं बिना किसी को बोले कर देती उसका काम. ओके, बट हुआ नहीं ऐसे. आई ऑल्सो हैड माई मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट्स रनिंग साइमल्टेनियसली. ओके, सो आई हैड टू गो एंड आस्क अवर मैनेजर कि मैं ये करने के लिए रेडी हूँ,
Okay.
मैं उसकी हेल्प करूँगी, बट मुझे भी आप टाइम निकाल के दो. How do I prioritize my work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That is something, this conversation should always go to your manager. And it was not about her or her mistakes or her things, it was only about my bandwidth, right? But that discussion was her downfall. I did not anticipate that. मैंने वो सोचा भी नहीं, मैं वो चाहती भी नहीं थी. Okay, she was a very good friend of mine. I just wanted help from my manager to figure out some time so that I can help her. Okay. I cannot bring more than 24 hours in my day, right? I cannot add an hour to my day.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason. And then eventually things changed between us. And then she left. And we never spoke again. So yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's sad, but yeah, as you said, it happens.
It happens.
What is that one principle that you made for your life that might seem weird to others but have always worked for you?
That would definitely be, don't make permanent decisions out of temporary situations. Bad phases happens. Rejections happens. Bad relationships will happen. But it does not mean that you can stop. Okay. Eventually आप इम्पल्सिव डिसीजन नहीं ले सकते लाइफ में. हाँ, कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं, जैसे मुझे ये ऑपरेशन, आपसे आके एक डॉक्टर पूछ रहा है कि मैं ये ऑपरेशन अभी करूँ या नहीं करूँ. येस, यू हैव टू डिसाइड इट एट दैट मोमेंट. बट बाकी समय जब आप बहुत सैड हो किसी चीज़ को लेके, या आपको क्लैरिटी नहीं है, यू डोंट हैव द क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट, शुड आई डू दिस और नॉट, शुड आई टेक एन एक्सपर्ट्स हेल्प ऑन दिस, मुझे क्या किसी से भी बात करनी चाहिए इस बारे में, या फिर मुझे थोड़ा शांत बैठ जाना चाहिए जीवन में. ये मैंने सीखा है, बिकॉज आई वॉज रियली एग्रेसिव इन माई टीन एज. ओके, एंड दिस इज समथिंग विच आई हैव लर्नड थ्रू आउट दीज ईयर्स कि ओके, थोड़ा सा लाइक सिट बैक, think about what you want to do, and then take decisions.
If someone would have given you access to a senior professional, like a real conversation, not a LinkedIn reply kind of a thing, at 22 or 23, what would it have changed for you?
I think it would have helped me in getting better at many skills. Okay, and it's possible that there are many things which I don't even know today. Right, I don't have exposure to. I don't know where it will link me to which kind of jobs.
Overall, throughout your work life of, let's say, 10 plus years in the industry now, what do you feel the young professionals are going through as a challenge most of the time? Let's say, be their professional life, personal life, financially, emotionally, like what is it that is stressing them the most, and how they can overcome this these days?
I think everything. Okay, and the biggest reason is that they don't know how to overcome or manage all this altogether, right? पैसे कमाने हैं, EMI भरनी है, पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप भी फिक्स करना है, बट दे डोंट नो हाउ टू डू ऑल दिस. ऑफ कोर्स लाइक सैलरी आती है, EMI तो फिक्स हो जा रही है, बट अदर देन दैट, how to get better at their work, how to get better at their relationships and all. They do not have that support, which I feel लोग सीख सकते हैं ऐसे किसी इंसान से बात करके जो खुद अपने लाइफ में ये सब झेल चुका हो ऑलरेडी, या फिर दैट पर्सन हैज गॉन थ्रू इट, नॉट झेल चुका हो ऑफ कोर्स, बट गॉन थ्रू इट, लिव्ड दैट, राइट? And I feel that when we are talking about this, I feel that Mexybo is the right platform where people can, this new people you're talking about, new professionals, these people can talk to the experienced ones and actually get navigated to the right path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree to this. Thank you so much for having this conversation today here with us, Ashna. It was amazing having you, and thanks for sharing all the insights and real conversations that we could have today. And to everyone watching, if you get any value out of this, hit like, share with your friends, and subscribe for supporting us. Also, if you want real conversation with people like our guest today, you can install Mexybo, and plus you'll get 30 minutes of free talk time to talk to any mentor initially. The link is in the description. See you in the next one.